Alright, hello everybody. Just running a video test here for tomorrow's night big show. As last week we had the catastrophe when I pushed the go live button. Everything was actually perfectly fine on the YouTube viewers end. And on my end, in the studio, it was a cluster. It said error, reboot your computer. So I trusted my computer, which of course, as you well know if you listen to the show, watch the show regularly, me trusting anything audio-wise is probably a mistake. Uh, so here's the thing. If you are watching, which I think 4 or 5 of you are, fire some questions and I will answer away. So here's the thing that I've been thinking about as the coronavirus gets worse, as it ticks up, and we sort of have this quote unquote second wave, right? Of LSU has like 30 people tested positive. Clemson has a bunch. 49ers supposedly had bunch of players that were practicing in Nashville. They tested positive. And all their quarterbacks maybe they're getting tested there seeing because they in contact with different people. It sounds like I'm stuck into a tuna can. That's not good. How about now? Is that better? That may be better. Better audio now. How's that? So 30. Jason says 30 LSU Tigers tested positive for COVID. What do we have to do to prevent this from hitting the Saints? Jason, here's the thing though. Do you want to prevent it from hitting the Saints? Wouldn't if you uh if you if 30 Saints were gonna test positive, wouldn't you want it to be in June before the season? They get immunity. Yeah, I think I had to turn the video capture audio off. Um, the OSP is weird. It imports like double audio channels, and you have to turn one of them off because we run banana meters, so we can have the so we can do things like this.
Shut up and sit down, you big bald fuck.
Um, but here's the thing I want everybody in the chat room. Thanks for joining us. We'll be on until about 9:50, 9:55. Here's what I want you to do. Always remember this. When it gets really bad and you get really negative thoughts about are the Saints going to have a season or are they not, I want you to always just take a breath and Google 1982 NFL season. And why is that? In 1982, the NFL did a 9-game season with a 16-team playoff format. Because the players, after September 19th, they went on strike and didn't play again until November 21st. So like the Saints went 4-5 that year, but they were 1-1. So the NFL basically took 1, 2, 6, 7, 8 weeks off, started up again, and basically did a 7-game season plus playoffs and handed out a Super Bowl trophy. Now, look, I know a lot of you are probably like, this is different. This is COVID. It's the strike it's a different set of circumstances, and I get that. But here's the thing. That just shows you. If you think the NFL was hell-bent on having a season in 1982, so hell-bent that they did a 7-game season after like an 8-week strike and still did playoffs and had 16 teams. And oh, by the way, the Saints still didn't make the playoffs in 1982, even though they had 16 teams out of 28 make the playoffs. That's hysterical in its own way. But that just shows me the NFL, they're going to give us something. It might be 4 weeks, 6 weeks. It might be really weird or crazy or dumb or it might infuriate you. They're going to give us football. I promise you. It'll be something. And by the way, let me just say, I'm going to get the booze bundle in next week that Dave ordered. If you are not a $10 patron, become a $10 patron. That booze bundle, the Crew to Taysom Cup, the Forever Drew Cup, the koozie, the shot glass. Oh my God. We spent a ton of money on this. We're not making much on it. We don't care. We're just going to ship you guys this $10 box to get us ready for 2020. It's amazing. You should become a $10 patron and you get access to the show ad-free. So that's the thing. But I do think the next 3-4 weeks are going to be really dark because I think COVID's going to get worse and you're going to get negative. But never give up hope. And in your darkest hour, I'm just telling you, Google 1982 NFL season and just remember, yeah, if the NFL, if it comes down to it, they'll give us a 5-week season plus 4 weeks of playoffs. Like, don't doubt that they won't do that. They will completely. How did you feel, the guys in the chat room? How do you feel about, if any of you watch the EPL? How do you feel about the piped in crowd noise? It's weird. I'm psyched about the EPL back. I'm an EPL guy. I'm an Everton guy, so I'm psyched about Everton Liverpool tomorrow, even though it's going to be an empty stadium and Liverpool's probably going to skull drag Everton. How do you feel? How are you feeling about the piped in crowd noise? I was a little bit. It's weird. I don't know. It has a FIFA EA Sports 2006 quality to it. You know? So that's the thing. So you know, and also too, I think people are so, like, we need sports. Like, with everything going on in the world, I don't know how y'all are, but I need my sports. And it doesn't take away from the importance of everything that's going on in the world, but I can't deal with all this horribleness 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I need my sports as a release, even if it's just for a little bit. I need it so bad. And oh, by the way, probably if you're listening to me do a test of video for tomorrow, you're probably going to be on the live stream. But tomorrow's live stream is going to be so much fun. We got the semifinals of the Mora bracket. And just for fun, because I'm a complete and utter weirdo, I created a Mora short clip soundboard of all our favorite, like, 5 to 10 second Jim Mora sound bites, and we're going to play these all throughout the year, and I'm just going to hit them for you now. How about this one?
That is f***ing stupid. Wake up.
Is that good? How about this?
It's horseshit ball carrying, I know that. Horseshit.
This might be my favorite. This was per request from Andrew Juge.
That is Eddie. You f***ing Otic. You got to block people on a screen. Shit, he gets the ball out there, and two guys, big old animals, nail his ass. Shit.
This one is my personal favorite. The over-under in Vegas on me dropping this soundbite during the season is off the board.
I don't take into account shit. All I take into account is they kicked our ass today. That's what I take into account.
This one was via request from Dave.
Sick, sick, sick people. Mentally sick, sick, sick. Sick people. Sick in the head.
Or this.
It makes me almost want to vomit.
Or.
That is f***ing stupid. Wake up.
And this one.
This comes from the heart.
And this one actually is cute, but it has no cursing.
You think you know, but you don't know. And you never will.
So, if y'all wonder, like, what I do, like, on nights after my kid goes to bed, like, I just build a Mora soundboard of mini clips. But that's what we do. That's what we do, because we are so excited about where this podcast is going and how we're growing and what we're doing. We're like, the booze bundle is the craziest thing we've ever done. And we just, like, we want to build the funnest, craziest Saints community that there is. And we're excited to have you guys around. Thanks for joining me for the test. I'm going to stick around for about 3 or 4 more minutes. So if you got questions, fire them away. You know, here's a question I'll ask to the chat room. You guys that are listening. If the Saints are going to give an extension this summer, who do you think gets it? I think the guy that's going to get the extension, everyone thinks Ramczyk. I think it's going to be Demario Davis because he's older, and I think he's going to sign a really reasonable deal at like 2 or 3 years at like $32 million, which would be like 10, 11 million a per. And I think Demario Davis is going to be the guy. That's interesting. Lattimore, Kamara. Ooh, that's a good question from Timothy. If there's no season this year, how should next year's draft be decided? Timothy, I have no idea. I guess maybe you do a lottery, and you do it NBA style. You put 32 balls in the hopper, and you just roll out that way. But I'll tell you, that could be some wild stuff because I don't think. I mean, to me, you can't just do the same draft order because everybody's a year older. I think it would be wild because then if you do it lottery style, you could have Kansas City get Trevor Lawrence and trade him or something. But to me, that's not going to happen. They're going to give us some kind of season. I just know it. So we'll see. And I will say this. Not to plug another podcast, but Mina Kynes, she's been doing all the divisions in the NFL preview. If you haven't caught her NFC South preview, it is fantastic. And she is a true believer in the Saints' depth and how deep they are and how good they are. She even called the Saints' salary cap a Ponzi scheme, which was just chef's kiss, perfect. You know, Jason says the fan base with the highest blood alcohol level content. It's got to be between us and Green Bay. Well, I would think Louisiana would have like higher blood alcohol and higher well, no, Green Bay, they eat a lot of bad food, cheese and bratwurst, so the blood pressure could be about even. You know, we'll see. You know, they're gonna have a season, and I know it's gonna get. I think you guys are gonna. It's gonna seem like they're not because look, baseball is just, as my wife said, they're just fucking shit up left and right, and they probably won't have a season just because they're so greedy and stupid. I think basketball will have something, although I'm worried about Florida. They're having so many cases in the county where the Disney World resort thing is, where they're gonna try to do the bubble. That's a little bit concerning. But I just think it's gonna get really dark because I think we're having that quote unquote second wave of COVID. It's gonna get really dark. But like I said at the beginning of this test, whenever it's darkest, do 2 things: Google 1982 NFL season, and remember that the NFL put on a 9-game season after like an 8-week strike. And tune into this podcast. We are going to continue the jokes, and it is our belief that the NFL is freaking having a season, 100% guaranteed. It may be delayed. It may not be 60 games. It may be weird, but they're going to give us football no matter freaking what. And we have the booze bundle to get you ready for it. I'm just saying. So guys, before I get out of here, audio good, video good. How we feeling about this situation? Because I want this to work. I mean, I've been working very hard to get this audio functioning. Now it'll be different tomorrow because we could have as much 4 boxes in here, sort of like the Brady Bunch. But I've been working hard to get this video right, and I don't want it to crash. Timothy says you're good on my end. Alex, thumbs up. Guys, I appreciate you guys taking time out from your Saturday night, whatever you're doing, drinking, partying, just hanging out. Maybe you're watching on your phone. We appreciate all you guys, especially me, hanging out, helping me get this test right. Thanks for telling me the audio sucked so I could tweak it. We appreciate you guys. It's been fantastic. Thanks for hanging out with me for 15 minutes. Join us tomorrow. I promise you, the Mora semifinal greatest rant bracket is worth your time. And we have like 4 other ridiculous topics that'll make you laugh and get your week started off right. Because it's been a rough couple of weeks for everybody around here. We're going to have some fun tomorrow night. So, guys, join us. Thanks for hanging out with me. We'll see you tomorrow night.